Alright. This is my fucking third time filming this shit. So the first time. Wait. Wait. Okay, it's all there. Alright. Okay. Fuck. Alright, the first time I filmed it, there was no audio. I swear to God I saw the audio bars going. But when I was getting ready to upload it to YouTube, no audio. The second time I uploaded it, luckily I was not as far. I was uploading the one that didn't have any sound to YouTube. But caught it, stopped, started remaking it, and then I was like 5 minutes into the next take, and then I realized there was no fucking capture. So I'm fucking irritated and I'm tired. So here we go. Real quick. S tier, Rob. Rob is an S tier because he beat the best team. Last week, Nate's team was the best rated A team. And if you don't believe that Rob belonged in S tier last week, fine. We'll say Rob was the worst of the B tier teams. Or maybe the best of the C tier, whatever. If you really don't think Rob belonged in S tier, that's your own fault. But fine, I'll hear me you for a second. But the reason that Rob gets S tier this week is because he beat Nate. Remember now, Nate on last week's tier list was the best team. He was the best rated A team if you don't count the S tier. So because Rob beat the best team, according to the tier list, fuck Ryan's undefeated. We don't even fucking care about that. But because he beat Nate, Rob is now S tier because of that. That solidifies Rob as an S tier. And now some of you might be wondering where the Twix bar went. I had to hide him up here. This is a new rank. This is S tier plus 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 plus. And I had to take the Twix bar off so it's not to be confused with Ryan. So that way Ryan can't show people and like, look, my fantasy football name's Twix bar and I'm S tier. Like, no, fuck, no. Stop trying to take the Twix bar's fucking fame. You're not good, bud. Just get over it. But Twix bar's still there. Twix bar's still doing his thing. All right, moving on to Ryan. Speaking of him, this is our boy Ryan. Had to do it to him. Now, initially in the old video, Ryan started off in the E tier because it's not impressive that Ryan has won 3 games in a row, because it's also not impressive that Tommy and Josh have lost 3 games in a row. So it goes both ways. You got to have it both ways. If we can't compliment Tommy and Josh for losing 3 games, then we can't compliment Ryan for winning 3 games, because how hard can it be to win one single game, and at the same time, how hard can it be to lose one game? There are so many 2-1 teams or 1-2 teams. How hard is it to just get one win, and how hard is it to just get one loss? Therefore, Ryan was in the E tier, but I will gang recognize gang, or fuck, what the fuck, game recognize game. So Ryan, to be fair, we will put Ryan in the A tier. However, he is still the worst A tier team. And the real reason though that Ryan moved up from the E tier is because of Corey. And now we will touch on Corey real quick. The reason that Corey is an F tier, despite being, I think he was the best 2-1 team now, actually. Let me just double check that again, just for record keeping sakes. Load, you son of a bitch. Load. Okay, Corey is not. No, Corey is. Yeah, Corey is the best. The best 2-1 team. So it goes Ryan and then Corey. And Corey has scored about 21, 20 some point. Corey's like, Ryan scored 532 points. Corey scored 507. So he's not too far behind Ryan. But the reason that Corey's an F tier is because if you guys were in the draft party, you may recall me asking Ryan and Corey about master degree stuff. I've been thinking about going to get my master's degree, and one of the things that I was thinking about when I first started college, I used to kind of want to be a teacher, and then so there's like this program at UNO that will help non-teaching students get their teaching degree. But anyway, so I asked Corey, since Corey's a fucking teacher and is supposed to help fucking people, help teach people, I asked him very politely, just, if, hey, I'm thinking about, getting into the teaching program. Do you have any advice for somebody that doesn't, have any background, or just like that wants to get into that? Do you have any advice? Do you have any words of wisdom to pass on? Like, whatever. And he didn't even say anything. He just read. His little fucking red icon is down there. Didn't say anything. Proceeded to post like 3 fucking messages in the group chat. So Ryan is upfront about being a piece of shit human being. Corey's sneaky about it, and because of that, we got a blind man over here almost getting hit by a car. I wish Corey did get hit by a car, because again, I'm open about being a piece of shit. Ryan's open about being a piece of shit. Colin's a snarky piece of shit. So therefore, Matt, Corey for being a sneaky piece of shit. You get F tier. I don't give a fuck if ESPN thinks you're the second best team. You failed your teaching obligations and didn't answer my fucking question. I had my hand raised and everything. So yeah, fuck you, Corey. This is Nate. If you guys have seen The Boys, I'll explain why this is Nate, because basically I hyped up Nate last week. I put Nate on a pedestal, and that was unfair to Nate. And because of me doing that to him, just like in this scene, everything was going right in these people's worlds. Everything was going right in Nate's world. But unfortunately, he was betrayed by the person who was supposed to protect him, and that being his best friend, Rob. Rob went in there and whooped Nate's ass. So unfortunately, Nate took his first L, making Ryan the only undefeated team. Colin also took his first L to Ryan. But I think Nate's loss was a little bit sadder because, like, we hyped him up. He's a former champ, and Rob held no prisoners. He just went in there and whooped that ass. But Nate is still A tier. It was mostly due to an off week. Fucking Darren Waller only had like 1.9 points, so. And then he also made the critical mistake of starting the New Orleans defense against Green Bay. Like, come on, Nate, you're a Packers fan. How would you not know that Aaron Rodgers was going to light up that defense? So, unfortunately, Nate does have his first loss, but because of that, he only goes back 1 spot in the A tier. Now, Schofield, on the other hand, goddamn, you can't see it. Schofield, are we just not going to be able to see the full picture? All right, what are you all know? Are you not entertained? So, Schofield takes the number 1 spot in the A tier this week because he was losing to Matt at one point. And then all of a sudden, Sunday night games happened, Monday night game happened. Patrick Mahomes put up fucking 50 points. Tyler Lockett had like 33. Dalvin Cook had like 25 or some shit. So Josh scored the most points. He had 195 points. Had he started, I think he has Hunter Henry. I don't remember. No, he doesn't have Hunter Henry. He has the Dolphins tight end. Had he started the Dolphins tight end instead of whoever else he started, I don't remember who he fucking started. But if he would have swapped out his tight ends, Schofield would have scored 200 points. So because he scored the highest points this week and just came out of nowhere. Like I said, the dude was losing to Matt, and then out of nowhere, he was just like, Matt, we're not doing this shit. Just obliterated Matt. So Josh takes the number 1 spot this week, besides Rob being S+. Okay, Colin, despite being 2-1, is relegated now to B tier because Colin started a wide receiver that did not catch a ball, but did run the ball. But he only ran it once, and he only got 9 yards out of that. So Colin started a wide receiver in the wide receiver spot, not in the flex. He started in the wide receiver spot. Not that really matters, but I just want to bring it to attention. Because, the flex now, we have 2 flex spots. So you could have ran another wide receiver, running back, tight end, whatever. But Colin put this wide receiver in his wide receiver spot, being that this would have been his wide receiver 2 or 1, whatever. This motherfucker scored 0.95 points. What? What the hell is wrong with you, Colin? That's why you lost. That's why you lost to Ryan. And then because of the loss, we got the angry, upset Homelander there. All right, Joe. Joe got abused constantly this week by Tommy. But despite the physical and emotional, mental damage, whatever, Joe was able to survive, beat Tommy by 2 points. However, he's beat up, he's bruised, he's got to play Ryan. In an act of desperation, he called for our help to help fix his team, just so he can beat Ryan. It's a true champion right there. He knows he's got to take some L's in other places so that way he can get the dubs in the places that matter. But I made a kind of comparison to just imagine this though. Just JoJo just inked out, or JoJo just barely, by the skin of his teeth, got out of a brutal matchup with Tommy. So just think of this as JoJo just fought Mike Tyson. Just a very bruising angry person, just wailing on you the whole time. And he won though. He won, but now he won. Let's say he won by decision. But now, like literally after the bell's rung and they've already declared you the winner, they're like, all right, now next up is the next round. With your next fight is right now though. And he's like, excuse me? And they're like, yeah. And then fucking Muhammad Ali walks out. Now, I don't want this to go to Ryan's head that he's the greatest as Muhammad Ali. The only reason why I'm saying Muhammad Ali to Ryan is because Muhammad Ali was a very methodical man. And I will give Ryan the props of being methodical because, again, he's upfront about being a piece of shit. But he's very methodical with it, Like he tries to do things to make you think that he's helping you when he's really just fucking you over the whole way. So, yeah. All right, me down here, axe kicking the rock. Got my first dub. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna do anything else. I got one. Finally got a win. Third highest in points. So my team's looking good, but I'm thinking that unfortunately I'm probably gonna have to trade somebody off because I don't know. Kittle's back, so that kind of helps me in the tight end department, but I really kind of need to get another quarterback because I don't feel very good about having Dwayne Haskins be my backup quarterback. The only bright side to that is Dwayne Haskins plays the Giants in both of the weeks that I need him. In week 6 and week 9, he plays against the Giants, so hopefully he has good games there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then the whole Devontae Freeman thing, I didn't think he was going to go to the Giants. I thought he was going to get signed by the Eagles because I thought Miles Sanders was hurt or some shit. But they're fucking tanking. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they ain't going to be running that ball because they ain't going to be winning very many games. Matt down here with the please help. He did get a better quarterback. But other than that, I think he might have to trade off somebody else, either like Nick Chubb or I think I would stay good with the running. I think Matt has pretty good running backs. Kenyon Drake kind of didn't really do that much, but I think there are better days ahead of Kenyon Drake. But Nick Chubb, or not Nick Chubb, he has Kareem Hunt. He's got Kareem Hunt and somebody else. I don't fucking remember. I don't really feel like looking at the thing because I'm mad that this is the third time I gotta record this. But Matt, I think now he's still kind of suffering at quarterback. Like, yes, he has Derek Carr now, but now he's also relying on the backups to the Broncos. And I don't know if Drew Lock is going to come back, but on the off chance Drew Lock comes back in like 2 to 3 weeks, Matt will not have a quarterback again. Like, he'll have to resort to using Sam Darnold. Unless Sam Darnold finally decides, like, look, fuck this shit. The Jets are tanking for that Trevor Lawrence dude or whatever. I'm just going to play my ass off so that way I can fucking pique interest in another team so they can trade for me, or I can just fucking leave and sign somewhere else. I don't fucking know, but I don't want to be here. So unless Sam Darnold decides to like just go the fuck off and play really well, I think Matt's gonna have to consider trading either Kareem Hunt or Michael Thomas. I think Matt is really good with the running backs. I think maybe he has to get rid of Michael Thomas and try to get better tight ends, because I think Matt's tight ends are kind of trash too. So I don't know if he trades Michael Thomas and gets like, the good old 3-for-1 trades that people be doing late in the game, so that way they can make the playoffs and like have a consistent squad or whatever. So I don't know if Matt needs to just do that now or what, but I think Matt hurting a little bit. So I feel you, Matt. Down here, if you guys played Rockstar's Bully game, it's a good game. That's obviously Tommy, because all he did this week was just bully Joe, and he has nothing to show for it. Had Tommy been able to actually beat Joe, he would have been able to stay in C tier, but unfortunately, he talked all that shit and it didn't amount to anything. So Tommy's still kind of looking good. That's starting people he's gotten in his lineup, but his bench didn't. There's like fucking like 5 people on Tommy's bench that are hurt still. So I mean, the bye weeks are coming up now, so Tommy is fucking hurting. So he's got to start making some trades or just go into the future and finding out which waiver wire guys he's got to get for the week before. But I don't know, man. Like, it's looking kind of hard. I think Tommy has a better chance of winning though a game first than Josh, because yeah. All right, Pat. Pat Clarence Garvey. That's who that is. If you guys can't tell. This guy's a meat manager, but his name is Clarence. Anyway, yeah, Pat lost to me. So if we have to, we probably go off of this only because of Ryan's punk ass. But the top 3 people to lose to that feels bad in fantasy. Matt number 1. Corey number 2, and then me, I guess, if you want to listen to Ryan's punk ass loser shit. But yeah, so since Pat has now lost to me, therefore Pat's fucking bad. So, and then also fuck you, Pat. You scored the least amount of points this week, so got to factor that into it, and also got to factor in that you're probably also the worst me manager between Justin and Rob and yourself. So. Yeah, you're just fucking bad, kid. No, I'm just kidding. You're better than Justin. Justin's a piece of shit. But Justin's not playing, so you're worse than Rob, and then this shows it. I'm just kidding, Pat. No, I'm not. Fuck you. I beat you. All right. Anyway, Josh, Lil Josh, Asian Toddler, check engine light. The problem with Josh's team, once again, people just aren't performing the way that they should be. Lamar Jackson hasn't been looking that great. And then also his not half, but a majority of his fucking team are Eagles players. Like, I think it's like 4 or 5 players on his team are Eagles. So, I mean, that's really going to hurt when it comes to the bye weeks, because I think his quarterback, his running back, and like 2 or 3 receivers are Eagles. So, I know his tight end. I think he's got Wentz, Sanders, Ertz, and Jackson, and then that Rieger, whatever dude, but he's on IR. So yeah, he's got 5 fucking Eagles players. But I don't know if Lamar Jackson gets his shit together, or if Carson Wentz realizes that, hey, I'm gonna fucking lose my job again, like I always do. But Nick Foles ain't here this time. Now I'm gonna lose it to Jalen Hurts. Let me get my shit together. Yeah. So Josh is D tier, worst of the D tier. And then, yeah, we already went over Corey's rude, disrespectful ass. So there are the power rankings. Sorry that this took so long. I wanted to try to get them done last night, but I'm not really going to make a timetable on this shit, but just expect them to be done around Thursday. Either before Thursday night football or after Thursday night football. What I try to do is I wait until after the waiver wires, so that way I can see like what people are doing to help out their team, so that way I can factor it into what the how I can factor it into the tier list and like see who's like actually trying to improve. I understand that the waiver wire looks really fucking dry. I did not remember that we had 2 flex spots last year. So definitely next year we're probably not going to do 2 quarterbacks because this shit is rough. But we might not do the 2 flexes next year either. So we'll talk about this once the year is wrapped up and hopefully COVID's gone by then. We don't have to worry about all this other bullshit. But yeah, so just this is the first public announcement that two quarterbacks probably like 95% is not going to happen next year. And then as far as the 2 flexes go, we're probably going to cut that back down too. Probably just go the normal quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, flex, defense, kicker. We'll probably just do it like that because it is looking kind of dry out here. But yeah, all right. So there you go. There's your power rankings. Let me double check, make sure the shit was recording, audio. Blah, 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 blah. All right. You guys have a good weekend. Open for trades. Remember, JoJo's looking for trades. Tommy could probably use some trades, and Matt definitely could use some trades. Fuck Josh though. Don't trade Josh. All right. Yep. Corey's a piece of shit. And yeah. All right. See you guys later.